How did you find working with the client?
Secret Lab are nice people. They seem to know what they're doing. It was easy working for them.
We have a lot of freedom to make design decisions and things like that. But again, that obviously means that there's more work in the design stage if your client hasn't given very specific direction.
What is the project?
The project is it's called Magic Duel.
It's a gesture-based magic dueling game.
It's about two wizards fighting to death in an arena.
Play with the leap motion.
How did you find working with the leap motion?
Painful. That's simply put, painful. It's not really designed for what we're trying to use it for, and it makes it really hard.
What lessons did you learn?
The major lesson I learnt is that you can't tell people how to make gestures with their hands, that ultimately you need to provide some leeway in gesture interpretation when you're using a gesture recognition system such as the leap motion.
What difficulties did you face?
Probably the hardest part was the leap motion controller. It proved to be a challenging device to work with. It does what it does reasonably well, but when it comes to trying to detect gestures, it's amazing how much hand movement, straight hand movement people tend to put into scenes, and trying to edit that out proves to be quite challenging.
The leap gesture system is quite difficult to work with, quite often drops data. It's quite difficult to write code that suits everybody's hands because everybody has different hands. So it's very difficult to write a controller that works for everybody in the leap gesture system.
How did you overcome this difficulty?
Wrote dynamic code that could be tailored to every individual user.
We basically took a lot of time and effort just tuning and tweaking and trying different control schemes for the gestures. It's still a work in progress even at this time. We could do more, and we certainly have ideas for other improvements we could make. It's okay, but it's still something that could be better.
What was the outcome of the project?
We got to the point where we're a little dubious of the leap motion controller. There's certainly potential there, but at the moment it does leave a little bit to be desired for the style of game we chose. We perhaps, in hindsight, needed to have a little bit of a different style of game for this controller.